Hey, so before this interview starts, I just want to mention that I forgot to plug in my good mic. So I went to post-production and voice overed all my lines. So if my audio sounds a bit weird, out of place, you guys know why. Thank you for watching and enjoy the interview. And you're back here with MMA Island. Today I'm with Shameless Don Shainis, the Cage Titans featherweight champion and FAC lightweight champion, who's facing Sodiq Yusuff at UFC on October 1st. Don, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm awesome. So tell me about your background. I'm hearing all this Missouri, Massachusetts glory.
All right. So I'm originally from Massachusetts. I've lived there my whole adult life up until about a year and a half ago. I started coming down to Glory, and then now I'm just between both of them. I spend most of my time in Missouri training at Glory under James Krause, and I do go back to Massachusetts to get some training in and compete. But for the most part, I'm out in Missouri right now.
So do you have family in Missouri?
Nope. Nope.
Just you?
It's my team. Yeah. Yeah.
So how'd you get to Missouri?
So it was during the pandemic. Everything got shut down. I was actually supposed to fight for the Cage Titans 145 title, like in 2020. And what ended up happening was COVID shut it down. So then I ended up losing my job. Like a whole bunch of shit happened, and I was just super broke. And I called up my coach. I'm like everything in Mass was so shut down, and I ended up just calling my coach and like, get me out of here. And he talked to my manager, Jason House, and there was a few phone calls between him and James Krause and my coach and Krause. And I think I talked to James on Friday and said, all right, I'm coming down. And I don't know if he took me seriously or not, but by Monday I moved out of my apartment, quit my job, and shipped off to Missouri. I drove out here, and he found me a place to stay right down the street from the gym, and I've been training here pretty much full time.
You said you drove to Missouri from Massachusetts?
Yeah,
God damn, that's a long drive.
22 hours, yeah.
So how's training under James Krause?
Dude, it's next level. It's I think in time Massachusetts could be there, but it's next level. We got 20 guys in the UFC, me being 21 or something like that. And yeah, dude, every day is a grind. It's just chop wood, carry water. That's their motto out there.
So your nickname Shameless, how'd that come to be?
Bro, I couldn't even tell you, man. But I was really reckless in college, and I don't really let that side out of me anymore. I can't. I simply can't be the same me that I was in college. I just partied really hard, and I was known for doing some outlandish things. So you never knew what you were going to get with me. So I think someone said Shameless, and then my name, and then I somehow it stuck. So if you knew me, you caught me in a rare night you'll ever see me drinking. I don't really drink, but you'll see why.
Well, I see the name stuck, so...
Yeah, the name stuck. It works.
And I saw on Twitter, they called you Mr. Memorial Hall. Is that an actual nickname you go by, or is that just something Mike calls you?
I think Mike just calls me that, dude. But don't go by fucking Twitter, dude. Some motherfucker called me Yoda. God damn, bro. Do or do not, there is no try, right?
So, your past 3 fights were all within a month of each other. How are you able to keep up that fast pace?
I'll put it like this. The pace that they set at Glory is, everyone's getting ready for fights all the time. You can't not be in shape there, So you're training day in, day out. Like I had complete confidence in myself to, one, make weight, and two, go out there and do my thing, short notice, whatever, back to back, whatever. I took no injuries, so let's just keep the ball rolling.
So are you just in constant fight camp, like Dustin Poirier style?
I mean, I had 4 fights in 4 months, which is pretty crazy. And then it's like I wanted to fight again, and my management was telling me, no, wait, stay ready. And then I go on fucking vacation, and I come back 2 days into coming back. It's like, hey, can you make weight? I'm like, oh shit, let's go. And that was this opportunity.
So how'd you get that call?
So I'm managed to Iridium. But James Krause called me, and after practice on Tuesday, yeah, I think it was Tuesday, and he goes, "What do you weigh?" Doesn't I don't even know if he said hello. He's just like, "What do you weigh?" And I told him, and he's like, "Shit, they wanted me to fight this weekend," and he's like, "Yeah, you're not gonna make weight." And then a lot of phone calls later, just I went right to the gym, started doing some cardio, and a lot of phone calls later, like 2 hours later, I find out I'm fighting Sadiq Yusuf at featherweight October 1st. So fuck it.
So what do you know about Yusuf?
Good striker. Good striker. I've seen him fight before. You know, like I try and stay up on active fighters in the featherweight division, but I've seen him fight before. Real good striker. I don't know if his ground's going to compare to mine, but we'll see. Fuck it.
So I don't know if you can go over this, but is this a one fight thing or are you signing a several fight contract?
I couldn't even tell you. I'm assuming it's multiple fights. I got to go through all the paperwork, but there was a lot of paperwork, so I'm assuming I'm gonna have more than one.
Okay. So when you announced a fight against Yusuf, a lot of people didn't know who you were. They were saying, "Who's this random guy? He's getting fed." Do you care about that? Do you use it as your motivation or anything?
I don't give a fuck about shit. I literally don't fucking care. Like I'm just gonna show up, be me, and they like me, they like me. They don't, fuck them. Whatever, fuck it. You know, my life's fucking crazy. We're, I'm taking another fight on short notice, and fuck it, fuck it. That's my whole mindset. Fuck it.
So I see you got your belts in the background. Do any of those belts have a really big story that stands out that you like to tell?
I got a AMI belt there, FAC belt, and a Cage Titans belts. You know, no crazy stories behind them. Just it's fucking part of the grind. You know, you try and make the most of opportunities. Essentially, a fight to gamble on yourself, and I'll bet on myself every time.
So I see you got the Connor Matthews shirt on. He recently fought.
That's my guy.
He recently fought in the Contender Series in an absolute firefight, but didn't take the win. What do you expect from him going forward?
Oh, dude, I expect him to run through everyone in New England and get back to the big show. You know, like he fought a real tough young kid, and you know, I think he was prepared. I think he still could have won that fight. You never know. So it is what it is. You don't know what's gonna happen in a fight till the fight happens. So I think he's gonna run through everyone in New England once he's all healed up, and I think he'll be joining me in the UFC. I'm real high on Connor, dude. He's good. He's good.
Yeah. So what would be your short-term and long-term goals? Short-term, we'll say a year or 2 years. Long-term, 5 to 10 years.
As far as what, we talking fighting, we talking career, we talking health. Like, what are we talking about,
Let's start from fighting, and we can go from there.
bro? I'm taking it fucking 2 weeks at a time, man. Like, I have no other focus than the task at hand. And then once I accomplish this fight, I'm gonna have to reevaluate. Win or lose, we're gonna have to fucking sit down and figure out what's next. I'm going out there to win, just like he is. So only one of us is gonna win. That's you know, only half the fighters win. So look, it is what it is. I'm just gonna show up, be me, and then I'll address what's next after that. So short term, just get through this fight and get my hand raised. Long term, bro, I want to be a motherfucker. I didn't move away from home to be a bum. I seen a million people that are working and doing all this stuff, and they're so much more financially sound than me, and it appears that they have so much more, and I will literally sacrifice everything I have to be there. So fuck it.
And what about your goals for your personal life?
Personal life, man. I never want to work. So like I don't want to work. I want to just wake up and train for the rest of my life. I want to inspire people. I think maybe one day after fighting, I think I have a pretty interesting story. I think I could be an inspirational speaker with some practice and some mentoring. But if I can impact one person and inspire them to try out for something that they didn't think they could do, or just be like a little kick in the ass to get them to do something that they never processed or never even thought of, and you don't know how that ripple effect works. So like I think solely like my motive as a human being is to inspire the people to be more than what they are and never settle. But that's long term, you know.
As I was leaving your last fight, and I was outside Memorial Hall, I heard some guy going, "That guy Don Shainis is awesome. He inspired me. I want to fight just like him," and all that kind of stuff. Young guy, probably like 20 or 22, so you're already doing that.
What? Like, how'd that come about? You just walking out the street?
Yeah, as I was leaving Memorial Hall, I heard that guy talking about you.
Really? I wasn't even there. I mean, I was at the fights, but
Oh, this was after your last fight, so at Cage Titans 53.
yeah, yeah. That's probably after I beat Bryce.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad we're finally getting to do an interview now.
Yeah, we definitely owe you one.
It's all good, homie. It's all good.
And quick thing, I just want to tell the people about how just a great of a guy you are. So at the last Cage Titans event, COO of MMA Allen Kevin Shajan Fargas and the Portuguese Godfather, John Matos, had their car breakdown. We were going around trying to find someone with jumper cables, and you just dropped everything you were doing to come try and help us. Didn't have the jumper cables, but we really appreciate the kindness from you.
Yeah, my bad, man. Normally I got jumper cables in my car, but I was borrowing my dad's car since I was in town, and he didn't have an extra set, so I tried to help you guys out, but it didn't work out. Did you end up? I assume you end up getting help. It looks like you're at home right now.
Well, so I'm from Massachusetts. They're from Long Island, so I was just sticking around to make sure they didn't get stuck in Plymouth. We found someone with jumper cables, but it didn't work, so I just ended up driving them to Long Island and back.
Dude,
It was
what
like
a
3
good
a.m.
friend. You shitting me? Oh my God!
It was a
'Cause
really
that
long drive.
Like, what time did you end up getting back?
We got to New York at like 8 in the morning, dropped them off.
Jesus.
I got back at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, completely like shit-faced. As I was driving home, I was like hallucinating. The car in front of me was like explode into rice. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, are you kidding me?
I had to like pull over. I'm like, all right, focus, don't die.
Why didn't you guys just get a cheap hotel?
I don't know, it was like 3 a.m. None of us were thinking straight, so yeah.
Dude, that's a force, man. He owes you like a high five or something. like you won some prem points in that one. You might have got MVP of the night.
Yeah.
That might have been the best performance I've seen that night.
I don't know, that was a really good card. It's kind of hard to beat all that.
Yeah, the main event was pretty good. I was really impressed with JoJo, but yeah.
So we're just going to run through some of your favorites of different stuff. If you want to give a story, you can give a story. If you want to just give the favorite, and we'll move on.
Okay.
Your favorite big league fighter besides yourself now?
Big league fighter besides I can't even fucking talk. Yo, I love Derek Lewis. He's so funny. I don't know if he's my favorite, but like when I think of like fucking hilarious fighters, like I'm always tuning into a Derek Lewis fight because he knocks people the fuck out, or he gets knocked the fuck out, and then he fucking just kills it on the mic.
Unless it's Francis Ngannou, it's always an entertaining fight with him.
Yeah.
Your favorite regional fighter?
Ooh, we talking Emmy or pro? Like
either or both.
Let's see, regional fighter. What region we talking about? Because I'm out here in the Midwest right now training. But if we talking New England, we talking.
You can give answers for multiple.
Let's keep it to New England. Let me think about this. You know who impressed me the last Cage Shainis? That kid, Curly.
Oh, yeah. Jaden Curly.
Curly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the crowd. And I can appreciate that because I've rocked that place the fuck out. And I've actually rolled with him before, not knowing who he was. And then the wrestling coach told me, I did a seminar at his school, and I was actually really impressed with him. That kid's good. As an Emmy, He's got a lot of potential. I think he just made his AIM debut.
Yes.
You got to love people that have the crowd, right? Like, you see fights, but they're fights where people just don't have the crowd. And, on some gladiator shit, like, you own the crowd, the world is yours,
Your favorite submission?
Fucking next one I get. You kidding me? Let's see. I mean, I got a couple rear naked chokes, but I really like this inverted triangle I've been playing with.
Ooh, nice.
Your favorite fight of yours?
Favorite fight of mine? Ooh. Let's see. Dog fights. Most proud fight I was in was against Daniel Matos. It was at 155. I took it short notice, up a weight class, because my original opponent got hurt. So we fought at 55, but I didn't know my neck was broken in the fight. And then I fought 15 minutes with a broken neck. I won a round, arguably won 2 rounds, but it was close. I ended up losing, but that was probably the proudest I've ever been after a fight, even though I was fucked up. Like I lost, which is like the most heartbreaking thing ever. But yeah, that hands down.
I think I've asked that question to like 5 fighters by now, and you're the first person to talk about a loss.
Am I?
Yeah, everyone talks about their favorite win or something.
Fuck wins, dude. Winning's the best feeling ever, but losing's the worst. I'd rather, I hate losing more than I like winning. Like straight up. But at the same time, like no one knows what I was going through in that fight. I couldn't move my arm. My arm wasn't working, and to beat someone outside my natural weight class, to lose to someone outside my natural weight class with what I had to go through in that fight, like no one understands the levels of fucking like how bad I had to dig in that fight, except for me, because I remember walking back at the end of the first corner thinking I had him in the guillotine. Round just ended, like saved by the fucking bell, and thinking like, fuck, I can't move my arm, and then fighting another 2 rounds, and I ended up losing a unanimous decision, 29-28, but like I had a broken fucking neck, like I shattered my vertebrae, I ruptured my disc, I pinched a nerve. I had to take a year off from training. I sound like this for like a year and a half. I had horse throat, which is like a 1 in 10,000 shot. And then like I couldn't work, I couldn't fight, I couldn't train, just to do that, to come back. Like, dude, there's no doubt in my mind. Like that is who I am, like through and through. So you want to know who I am as a person? Go watch that fight, and with the understanding that my neck was fucking broken the whole time. And like that's just who I am. So that is my proudest fight. Fuck winning and losing. That.
That's a warrior mindset right there.
Dude, fuck it.
Your favorite fight that's not yours?
I don't know. Some of my favorite fights are like some of the sloppiest fights, to be honest with you. Oh man, I'm trying to think. We talking UFC? We talking Bellator? What are we talking?
Whatever you want. Something that stands out.
Gaethje versus Chandler stands out. That one's fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't really know. I love watching fights, but I hate watching fights at the same time. So it is what it is.
Going back to wanting to inspire people, would you ever consider becoming a coach?
Hands-on coach is too much for me to be right now. I understand that. Yes, I can talk people up, but like at the end of the day, confidence, worth, value all stems from self. And right now, I'm investing so much into myself because I want to be the best of the best in amongst the elite. So to me, to give my time and energy to other people, I have to be a little bit selfish here. Do I think I could help some people out along the way? Absolutely. But I remember I was personal training probably like 7-8 years ago, and I remember it was draining me because I had like one client, this lady Kathy. She ended up losing like 60 pounds. She's fucking awesome. and she tried so hard, and like that gave me so much energy because like when you get someone and they start getting in shape and they feel good and it's a high for the trainer. But then I had so many other clients that like showed up late and didn't really care, and they just want to get through the workout and they bitch. It's like it consumes you, right? So when you have one good person that's willing to put in the work and that doesn't bitch and yeah, it sucks, whatever, and all they do is fucking like go go go, yeah, that lifts you up. But like right now, I have to be selfish with my energy and I have to invest it in myself. So coaching right now at this point is probably a no, but maybe in the future.
Okay.
If you could go back to 2016 and give yourself a message when you made your pro debut, what would that message be?
When I gave my pro debut,
Like,
or when I started, because when I started, like I started in 2010, I would have just told me to go all in sooner. To be honest with you, like when I made my pro debut, I was all in, but as an amateur, I took a fight. My parents didn't like it. I had confrontations with them. To leave it at that, I had confrontations with them. I was going to college at the time. I wasn't half-assing it, but I wasn't giving it my all. Then I didn't fight for a year and a half, and then I won again. And then it's like, all right, I took some more time off. My parents were pretty upset that I was fighting. They didn't want me fighting. And then I took my third fight, and I'm like, look, you could either fucking get on board with this or not. I dropped out of college to do this, and if I did that sooner and like really invested in myself from then, I'd be in the UFC years ago. But it is what it is. I've got extremely lucky. I met this guy, Eric Grossman, who turned out to be my head coach from Massachusetts, who pushed me to glory. He pushed me to leave Massachusetts. So I can't redo anything. I don't want to redo anything, but I would have just told myself to double down and fucking eat shit sooner and fucking invest in myself. Not to fucking do this half-ass college route where I didn't care about it. And yeah, I went to gone to school. I was just wasting my time and money,
okay.
which is kind of fucked up because, so I see so many people like my sister went to college, crush it. Like my mom, college, crush it. My dad, college, crush it. But, for me, I should have just doubled down in my gut,
Yeah, college isn't for everyone.
No, college is great, but, I, it just consumed too much time and I couldn't do that and do what I wanted to do and I wasn't happy. So for me, it was a fuck it. But for other people, it could be awesome.
Wrapping this up, is there anything else you'd like to say, or you can plug your socials?
Nah, hey, thank you so much for reaching out to me and having me on the podcast. Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, now Twitter, I guess. I got to learn how to tweet. Everything's Shameless Dawn. I got some merch that I'm still trying to sell, so anyone wants some merch?
These shirts are really nice, just saying.
Bro, I spent extra money on those fucking shirts. I made sure to get the next level. So, yeah, dude, thank you so much, and I'm excited. And I'm sure you'll be checking out after I fight in October in Vegas and win. So,
of course, I'll
put your socials in the description. Thank you for your time, Don.
Hey, thank you.